Hello, it's me. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about dreams, about why we dream, about what they mean, about if lucid dreaming is real, about if our dreams are really dreams or are they just memories, which I will go into and we'll talk about more. This is the intro of the video. Okay. So I looked into it, and Healthline.com says that dreams are hallucinations that occur during a certain stage of sleep. They're strongest during REM sleep, or rapid eye movement stage, when you may be less likely to recall your dream. So when you're awake, obviously your brain is on and working. When you're thinking actively, it's not random. You're actively awake. So there's logic there. But when you sleep, your brain is still on. But thoughts and dreams don't often make sense because of the emotional centers of the brain triggers dreams rather than the logical region. So what this means is that dreams are triggered by your emotions. They are controlled by your emotions. They're not as much controlled by logic and active thinking. So dreams can very much symbolize subconscious thoughts that you have, that your whatever emotions you're feeling that day are probably going to come up again in your dreams, or they're going to influence the dream in some way. So even though there's no proof of it, dreams are generally considered visualizations of recent activities, conversations, issues in your life, but there is other theories to the role of dreams, which I will go into now. So because your brain is operating on an emotional level instead of a logical one, this means that it is going to make connections in your dreams that your awake, more conscious self probably wouldn't make. The amygdala is the most active part of the brain during sleep. So what this means is, if you don't know, the amygdala is the fight or flight response in your brain. So this suggests that the amygdala is more active during sleep because it's your brain's way of getting ready to deal with threat. So this suggests that dreams act as fight or flight training, and they're preparing you for threats that might happen during the next day, or maybe you're thinking about threats that happened the day before. Research also shows that sleep helps restore memories, or even store them. If you learn new information and sleep on it, you'll be able to recall it better than if asked to remember that information without the benefit of sleep. That's why when you're in school or college, they say that the most important thing is a good night's sleep, so that you can recall information better. There's research on that. It's not just a saying to keep you from going out at night. But how dreams affect memory storage and recall isn't clearly understood yet, but they may help the brain more efficiently store important information while blocking out stimuli that could interfere with memory and learning. Now that we've talked about why we dream, I want to talk about what influences those dreams, such as health conditions. One of the biggest influence on dreams is how much or how little you're sleeping. Being sleep deprived can make parts of your brain much more active. So that means that when you get a couple of restless nights, you're probably more likely to remember those dreams and to have more vivid ones. Depression and anxiety and other mood-related conditions can also trigger intense and disturbing nightmares. Medications can also twist how we perceive dreams and nightmares. A small study found that one good way to sleep more soundly is to exercise in the morning. A good run or other cardio workout before noon helps set your clock so that you're more inclined to fall asleep faster and spend more time in deep sleep than if you didn't exercise. All the talk of dreams has me thinking about nightmares and why we have them and what triggers them. And what I would say is that nightmares are kind of triggered by stress or anxiety, or if you're depressed, nightmares are a bit more relevant because of your emotional levels not being very high or very stable is probably the better word for it. People who have nightmares frequently could also have a sleeping disorder, which also affects whether we dream or whether we have a nightmare. Many people experience occasional nightmares throughout their lives. However, the American Sleep Association estimates only about 5% of the population experience persistent nightmares as a sleeping disorder. So having persistent nightmares is considered a sleeping disorder, which is like sad. Like I couldn't imagine going to sleep and only ever having a nightmare. A benefit to remembering dreams is that you can read your subconscious thoughts through your dreams, since they represent an emotional level that you yourself can't really fathom, or they take away all logic. So your dreams can represent something that your conscious self can't really interpret. So it can be beneficial to remember dreams. So is it possible? Yeah. Is it easy? No. It says here on the healthline.com, 2 ways to help recall your dream is to tell yourself as you're falling asleep that you want to remember your dream. If that's your last thought, you're more likely to wake up with a dream somewhat fresh in your memory. So the belief that if you believe you'll remember your dream, then you probably will. That's all it takes, apparently. Since dream recall can be easily interrupted by even the slightest distraction, you should try to remember as much of your dream as soon as you wake up. So maybe keeping a dream journal could help you keep track of these things. I know I kept a dream journal a couple of years ago, and it was just the weirdest thing ever. I could keep track of the colours that I saw in the dream, I could keep track of the people that were recurring, the feelings I had, places, and it was so strange seeing the people that were coming up over and over again, and the feelings that I was having in each dream that were recurring. Like, if you're able to read that information and understand what it means, it can be so beneficial to your daily life. If you realize that you're like dreaming about one person over and over again, it probably means that you're thinking about that person during the day. Even if it's not a conscious thought, they're still there. So maybe you don't want to think about them anymore. Maybe you need to distract yourself. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, if you pay attention to the dreams, they can be beneficial to you in your daily life. So, moral of the story is keep a dream journal, keep track of your dreams, keep track of the people that are coming up all the time, keep track of the feelings you're having. Are you having a dream or a nightmare? You can do this digitally using apps or even your notes in your phone, or you can get like a physical journal dedicated to keeping your dreams. Make them pretty, draw your dreams, just anything in the world to keep track of things that even you might not be aware that you're thinking about. This video was a lot of fun to make. I learned a lot of new things, and I hope you did too. In the background you're seeing me draw a computer. It's not related to the video at all. I animated it. That's it. It's nothing special. I recently made a video about how I animate in Procreate, so if you are interested in how I animated this piece, you can check that video out. Anyway, congratulations on making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope I enjoyed editing. Don't forget to follow me on my social media, which will be listed at the end of the video, which is now.